equilibrium. So in the previous class, we have discussed the revision of chemical equilibrium. Okay, in that lastly where we stopped is alpha value, degree of dissociation is equal to what we have taken, capital D minus small d by small y of, okay, so a small d of n minus 1, small d of y minus 1 will be taken in some books. Sometimes they take n. N is what number of particles coming from each molecule. Suppose if you take PCl5, from one molecule of PCl5, how many particles will come? 2 particles will come. So n value is equal to what? 2 here. N value means number of particles coming from dissociation of one molecule is called n value. N value 2 here. So n is nothing but y here. In some books, y minus 1 will be taken. In some books, n minus 1 will be taken. Whatever it is, number of particles minus 1. Okay. Capital D is what? Initial vapor density of the gas. Okay, and d small d is what? Equilibrium vapor density. Equilibrium vapor density. So the initial vapor density is nothing but gram molecular mass by 2. What is gram molecular weight of gas by 2 will be equal to vapor density initial. And this value will be given to you in exam. The small d equilibrium density, vapor density at equilibrium will be given to you. And capital D we have to gram molecular weight of the gas by 2. And then n value will be equal to what? Y value is nothing but n value. N value is equal to what? Number of particles produced from one molecule of NCl5. If you take N2O4, N2O4, dinitrogen tetroxide, it also will give how many particles? 2 molecules of NO2. That means what? Number of particles 2. 2 particles will be obtained from one molecule of N2O4. So this concept we stopped yesterday. The same thing, this alpha dissociation is also taken as what? One more formula by formula T1P2 minus T2P1 by T2P1. So this formula also can be used here. So alpha dissociation is equal to initial temperature into final pressure minus final temperature into initial pressure divided by T2P1. So this formula also can be used to calculate what? Alpha value. And here also this formula also can be used for calculation of alpha value. From vapor densities we can get this formula, and this formula is used when we are given temperature and pressure values. Initial temperatures and initial pressures, final temperatures and final pressures when they are given, we use this formula. Okay, so this is about chemical equilibrium. Now next one, ionic equilibrium. Important relations for numerical problems related to ionic equilibrium. Chapter ionic equilibrium. Okay, so now in this, the first important concept is what? In ionic equilibrium, see here, Ostwald's dilution law. So for weak electrolytes like A plus B minus, AB is what? Weak electrolyte. It will not dissociate 100% here. For this dissociation constant or ionization constant K is equal to what now here? C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. And that is equal to C alpha square because this alpha is what now? Very less than 1. As alpha is very less than 1, we take what now here? K equals to C alpha square. This K will be Ka for acids. For weak acids we take, it is, for weak acids it will be taken as what? Ka. And for weak bases what we take? This one Kb. So Kb is for weak bases. So for weak bases we take Kb. For weak acids we take Ka. So Ka is equal to what? For acetic acid, C alpha square. And Kb for NH4OH weak base is also C alpha square. C is what? Concentration of acid or base, and alpha is what? Degree of dissociation, alpha. Okay, so here C alpha square is equal to K, and alpha square is equal to what now here? Alpha square is equal to K by C. Then alpha is equal to under root K by C. Alpha equals to under root K by C. And also here the concentration is nothing but number of moles by volume. If you take 1 mole by volume, that means what here? C is equal to 1 by V. In place of C, what we can write? 1 by V. So in place of C, if you write 1 by V, here under root K by C will become under root KB. V is what? Volume in liters. V is what? Volume in liters. Volume in liters. So here like this alpha value can be calculated from the formula under root K by C. If you take acids, Ka by C. If you take bases, Kb by C we take. Otherwise under root K into V. Ka into V or Kb into V we take for acids and bases, for weak acids and weak bases, right now. Where alpha is the degree of dissociation and C is what the concentration in moles per liter. Means molarity we are taking. What we are taking? Molar concentration we are taking, molarity. Okay, and V is what the volume of solution in liters. Volume of solution in liters containing 1 mole of the electrolyte. If you take 1 mole of electrolyte, we take C is equal 1 by V. V is in liters, C is in moles per liter. For weak mono basic acids, like example what? NH4 OH. NH4 OH means, sorry, mono basic acids here. So for mono basic acid, example what? CH3 COOH. The CH3 COOH molecule can produce how many H plus? 1 H plus will be produced here. So it is having basicity 1. N factor of this acid is 1. For monobasic weak acids, alpha is equal to what now here? Under root Ka by C. Alpha is equal to what? Under root Ka by C. Otherwise, alpha equals to under root Ka into V for acids. Here for weak electrolyte we have taken. Here we are taking for weak acids. For weak acids, it will be taken under root Ka by C. Otherwise, under root Ka into V. V is in what now? Liters. V is in liters. Is the concept clear so far? Next, for monoacidic weak base. For monoacidic weak base, like example what now? NH4 OH. NH4 OH. NH4 OH is nothing but the solution of aqueous solution of NH3. Aqueous solution of NH3 is nothing but like this: NH3 ammonia plus H2O will produce what? NH4 OH. So NH4 OH is nothing but ammonia solution, ammonia aqueous solution. Is that clear now? Yeah. So here, what we have taken in this case, what we have to understand. See, if you take monoacidic base, weak base. NH4OH is weak monoacidic base. Okay. So in this case now, alpha is equal to what? Under root Kb by C. Otherwise, under root Kb into V. V is what now? Volume of basic solution. So here base we have taken, here acid we have taken. Okay. And also now here, if you take for weak acids here, what is H plus concentration? What is H plus ion concentration of this weak acid we take? Here we take what now? C alpha. What we take? C into alpha. C alpha is nothing but concentration of acidic solution into degree of dissociation of acidic acid, weak acid taken. Degree of dissociation into concentration. So H plus ion concentration of these weak monobasic acids is equal to what? H plus is equal to C into alpha. A C into alpha means alpha is what again? Under root Ka by C. Na? So C into under root Ka by C is equal to what now here? Under root Ka into C. Under root Ka into C. Otherwise, under root Ka by V. So under root Ka into C we can take, or under root Ka by V we can take. V is again what? In liters. V is in liters. So H plus ion concentration of weak monobasic acids, H plus ion concentration is equal to C into alpha, that equals to under root Ka into C, that equals to under root Ka by volume in liters. Okay, ma? Next, here also what we take now in this case, in case of this one here, OH minus ion concentration is equal to C into alpha. A concentration of basic solution into alpha of base, that equals to what again? Under root Kb into C, that equals to under root Kb by V. Under root Kb by V. So under root Kb into C, that equals to under root Kb by V we take. C alpha. So C is what? Basic solution concentration into alpha is what? Degree of dissociation of base. So this way we take OH minus concentration and H plus concentration. From these two, what we can get? From H plus ion concentration we can calculate pH, and from OH minus we can calculate POH. What is pH? pH formula what? Minus log of H plus ion concentration. Minus log of H plus ion concentration is pH. And that pH we can get from this. And OH minus will give POH. And also we know pH plus POH is equal to 14. Okay. Let's take the screenshot of this one. Yeah. So next. Next one, what we take now here, relative strength of two weak monobasic acids. Weak monobasic acids. Okay, ma. So in this case now here, strength of acid Ha1 by strength of acid Ha2 is equal to under root Ka1 by Ka2. Under root Ka1 by Ka2 we take here. Is that clear, ma? So what is the relation here? Strength of acid 1 by acid 2 is equal to under root Ka1 by Ka2. So strength is directly proportional to square root of K. So strength is directly proportional to what, ma? Square root of Ka. Okay, so more the Ka value of the acid, more will be strength of the acid, like that. Next, Ka1, Ka2 are what? Dissociation constants, otherwise ionization constants of first acid and second acid respectively. And next concept is what? Ionic product of water. Ionic product of water. If you take here, bases also same formula. Here strength of base 1 by strength of base 2 is equal to what? Under root Kb1 by Kb2. Strength of the base 1 divided by strength of base 2 is equal to what now? Under root Ka1 by Ka2 we take here. Ka1 by Ka2. Is that clear now? Next, ionic product of water. That is Kw is equal to what? H plus ion concentration into OH minus ion concentration. H plus ion concentration is also taken as what? H3O plus ion concentration. That equals to what? 10 power minus 14 at 298 Kelvin. That is what? 25 degrees Celsius. At 25 degrees Celsius, the value of Kw is what? 10 power minus 14. Remember. Okay. Next, what also we take here? Kw is equal to H plus into OH minus. Similarly, what we can also take Ka value into Kb value. Ka value into Kb value is equal to what? Kw value. Kw value again, how much here? Same. How much? 10 power minus 14 at 298 Kelvin. So Ka of weak acid into Kb of weak acid. Means what it is for conjugate acid base pair. This formula is for what? Conjugate acid base pair. For conjugate acid base pair, this formula will be taken. Ka of the acid into Kb of base, means Ka value of the conjugate acid into Kb value of the conjugate base is equal to Kw. Kw is what? Ionic product of water. So this formula we can also use this one here. K into Kb is equal to Kw. Okay. Next, pH formula what? Minus log of H plus concentration, otherwise H3O plus ion concentration. And POH is equal to what? Minus log of OH minus ion concentration. Okay, so here what we take now, H plus ion concentration is equal to 10 to the power of minus pH. 10 to the power of minus pH. Now if you take what? pH is equal to 3, pH is equal to 3, H plus ion concentration is equal to 10 power minus 3. This is nothing but what now? Normality. What is this? Normality of acid. Normality of acid. Why acid we are taking here? Why it is acid taken? pH value 3 is given. pH value less than 7. pH value less than 7 is given. That means what it is? It must be acid here. Okay. For acid, H plus ion concentration is equal to what? 10 power minus 3. 10 power minus 3. 10 power minus 3 H plus ion concentration means always the H plus ion concentration of acid is nothing but normality of the acid, not the molarity. It's not the molarity, but normality of the acid is nothing but H plus ion concentration of the acid. So like that normality of the acid, we got what? 10 power minus 3. So it is what now here? Normality of acid. Normality of acid is 10 power minus 3 in this case. So whenever H plus ion concentration is 10 power minus 3, suppose 10 power minus 3, what will be OH minus ion concentration? Tell me. OH minus ion concentration is equal to Kw by H plus concentration. H plus concentration is 10 power minus 3. So OH minus ion concentration is equal to Kw divided by H plus concentration, which is given 10 power minus 3 here. Then OH minus is equal to 10 power minus 14 by 10 power minus 3. That is 10 power minus 11. So like that we get what? A OH minus ion concentration. Is the concept clear now? So like that, here pH, if it is given, H plus ion concentration is always equal to what? 10 to the power of minus pH value. Okay, H plus ion concentration is equal to 10 to the power of minus pH. This H plus ion concentration is nothing but normality of the acid. Remember, normality of the acid. Next, So here pKa value or pKw is equal what now here? pKw is equal to pH value plus pOH value. If pH value is suppose 3, then pOH must be what 11. Then only it will be equal to what 14. So like that here, if pH is given, pOH is equal to what? 14 minus 3. 14 minus 3 will be 11 like that. So pH value plus pOH value will be always equal to 14. That is pKw, P power KW at 298 Kelvin. And what is pKw here? pKw minus log of KW. KW value how much? 10 power minus 14. So minus log of 10 power minus 14, how much? 14. So 14 is equal to pH value plus pOH value. And pKa means power of Ka. Means what? Minus log of Ka. Negative logarithm of Ka is equal to what? pKa. pKa is equal to minus log of Ka. And pKb is equal to minus log of Kb. So Kb value. Suppose Kb value given 4 into 10 power minus 5. If Kb value given 10 power 4 into 10 power minus 5, then how to take pKb? Tell me. Minus log of 4 into 10 power minus 5. So 5 minus log 4 we take. Minus log of 4 into 10 power minus 5 indicates 5 minus log 4. 5 minus log 4 value how much? 0.6. 5 minus 0.6 how much? 5 minus 0.6, 4.4. Okay, like that what we get here, pKb we get. So Kb value will be given to you, then pKb we can calculate. Minus log of Kb value. Like that, minus log of Ka is equal to pKa. And also remember, pKa value plus pKb value. pKa value plus pKb value must be equal to what, ma? pKw. That is 14. pKa value plus pKb value is equal to 14. That is pKw. At 25 degrees Celsius we can take, or 298 Kelvin we can take. Once take the screenshot of this one. Now, so next one is what, and one more thing here, when we add some acid and base, one more concept, what we have to understand here, for acid, normality of acid into volume of acid must be equal to what? Normality of the base equals into normality of the volume of the base we have taken. So now this is for what now? For complete neutralization. For complete neutralization, what is condition required here? For complete neutralization reaction between acid and base, the number of equivalents. If we take ml, volume in ml, suppose volume we take in ml, suppose this will be called what now? Number of milli equivalents of acid. Number of milli equivalents of acid is equal to what? Number of milli equivalents of the base. Number of milli equivalents of acid consumed in the reaction is equal to number of milli equivalents of base consumed. Then only complete neutralization will be taking place. For complete neutralization, what is the condition? NaVa, Na into Va must be equal to Nb into Vb. So normality into volume in ml, normality into volume in ml is equal to what? Number of milli equivalents. So number of milli equivalents of acid must be equal to number of milli equivalents of base. Then the solution formed will be neutral. If NaVa is equal to NbVb, the solution formed must be neutral. Neutral means pH will be 7. Suppose if NaVa value greater, if Na into Va value in ml is greater than NbVb. Again Vb also in ml. So NaVa is not equal to NbVb. In this case, NaVa greater than what? NbVb. So in this case, the solution formed will be acidic. Acidic solution is formed here. Acidic solution means pH should be what now? Less than 7. pH should be less than 7 for this type of solutions. Okay, so acidic solution is formed here. And if you reverse here, NaVa is less than NbVb, suppose. In that case, what we get? Basic solution we get. For basic solution, pH will be greater than 7. So this way we have to understand the concept of normality and volume. Here normality of acid is nothing but H plus ion concentration of acid. Here normality of base is nothing but OH minus ion concentration of the base. So for bases always OH minus ion concentration is equal to normality of the base. Remember. So normality of base is nothing but OH minus and concentration. Okay. So like that, we have to understand the concept of mixing of acid and base. Okay. Yeah, next thing is that solubility product. Another important topic is what? Solubility product. So solubility product of sparingly soluble salt. Sparingly soluble salt means incompletely soluble, not completely soluble. Very less quantity of salt will be dissolved here. So sparingly soluble salt AXBY is given as, okay, see here, AXBY is one molecule here. So 1 mole AXBY dissociated reversibly into X number of cations plus Y number of anions. X number of cations plus Y number of anions. Here, what are the cations here? A plus Y. A plus Y will be cation and B minus X. Here, what will be charged on this here? Plus Y, and what will be charged on this? Minus X. Okay, so like this, what number? X number of cations plus a Y number of anions formed. Okay, now KSP generally is equal to what for this type of sparingly soluble salts? Concentration of cation to the power of number of cations. Concentration of cation to the power of number of cations produced into concentration of anion to the power of number of anions produced. Number of anions produced. So this is KSP of given sparingly soluble salt. Is that clear, ma? So this way we have to understand the concept of this. And suppose we take this one here. Now here, if we take this one, initially 1 mole we have taken. Initially 1 mole we have taken here. Initially 0 moles there here. Here after some time from this 1 mole, how much will be soluble? Only S will be soluble. S moles per liter. S moles per liter is dissolved here. When S moles per liter here, S is what now? Solubility in moles per liter. Solubility in moles per liter. So 1 minus S will be left over now. From 1 mole, very small quantity, S moles per liter dissolved. Remaining left over, how much undissolved? 1 minus S left over. Here, 1 mole if dissociates completely, we are getting X na. If 1 mole completely dissociates from equation, we get X moles. If S moles dissociate, S into X. So X, S is the number of moles produced here. Cation's concentration is what now? X into S. X into S. And anion concentration what? Y into S. So YS is what now? Concentration of anion. Okay, what is concentration of cation? Concentration of cation is what? XS. What is concentration of anion here? YS. YS is what here? Concentration of anion. Right now? And now here KSP is equal to what now? Concentration of cation to the power of X and concentration of anion to the power of Y. That means what now here? KSP, how to write? Tell me. KSP is equal to concentration of cation, how much here? XS. XS whole power X into here concentration of anion, how much? YS. So YS whole power Y. That is equal to X power X into Y power Y into S to the power of X plus Y. Is that clear, ma? So X is number of cations, Y is number of anions. So number of moles of cation plus number of moles of anion will be taken. Now what is S power X plus Y here? S to the power of X plus Y is equal to what? KSP value given by X power X into Y power Y. And if you take here S value here, S value how to write now? X plus Y power. X plus Y power of KSP divided by X to the power of X into Y to the power of Y. So S power X plus Y is equal to this one, and S is equal to what? This X plus Y power of KSP by X power X into Y power Y. So these values we have to substitute to get what? S value. Now S value will be in what now? Moles per liter. If you want to calculate S value in grams per liter, what we have to do? S value in moles per liter. S value in moles per liter into what here? Gram molecular weight we have to get. Gram molecular weight. So S value in moles per liter into gram molecular weight will give what now? S value in grams per liter. If you want to get S value in grams per liter, what we have to do? This S value, whatever we get, always will be in moles per liter. This S value in moles per liter to be multiplied with what? Gram molecular weight of that salt. Then we'll get S value, solubility value in grams per liter. S is what here? Solubility. Solubility of what? Sparingly soluble salt. So in this way, we have to calculate S value. Sometimes KSP we need to calculate by knowing what S value. Sometimes S value will be given, then we can calculate KSP. So in this way, we have to take what now? Solubility product concept here. Next, for example, for the sparingly soluble salt A3B2, suppose A3 cations will be produced and 2 anions will be produced. So A3B2 1 mole will dissociate into 3 moles of cations plus 2 moles of anions. 3 moles of cations plus 3 moles of anions. Right, ma'am? So now in this case, tell me here. Now how many? Here it is initially 1 mole taken. Suppose 1 mole taken. Initially 0 moles, 0 moles. Here 1 minus S. 1 minus S. Here 3S will be formed. Here 2S will be formed. Right, ma'am? So in this case, what we take? KSP is equal to 3S whole power 3 into 2S whole power 2 we take. That is KSP. So in this way, we can get what now? Solubility in moles per liter. Okay. So this concept is very important to understand here. Okay, ma'am. So if solubility is known, KSP can be calculated. KSP can be calculated if you know solubility S value, or vice versa. If KSP is given, solubility we can calculate. So this is important concept to understand. Okay, if you want to take screenshot. Yeah, now next concept we check it here. To calculate the solubility of a sparingly soluble salt, say BaSO4. Now here, what are the cations and anions here? Tell me. 1 Ba plus 2 cation and 1 SO4 minus 2 anion. Okay, so to calculate solubility of a sparingly soluble salt in strong electrolyte, in presence of strong electrolyte, having a common ion, say Na2SO4. In this Na2SO4, 2 number of Na plus ions will come from this, 1 number of SO4 minus 2 will come. Now here SO4 minus 2 in this there, in this there. Okay, so both are giving what? SO4 minus 2. But more number of SO4 minus 2 will be coming from BaSO4 or Na2SO4. More number will be coming from Na2SO4 only. They won't come from BaSO4. Right, ma'am? So from BaSO4, very less number will be coming. And from Na2SO4, more number of SO4 will come. Why it will be like that? Because Na2SO4 is strong electrolyte. BaSO4 is weak electrolyte. Weak electrolyte means what? Sparingly soluble salt. So like this, now formula for this KSP value. So KSP value of this barium sulfate will be taken as what? Ba plus 2 concentration to the power of 1 into SO4 minus 2 ion concentration to the power of 1. So 1 cation is produced and 1 anion is produced. Here Ba plus 2 concentration will be taken from where? Concentration of BaSO4 we take. Concentration of BaSO4. So from BaSO4 concentration we take what? This Ba plus 2 concentration. And from where we take SO4 minus 2 concentration? We take from concentration of what? Na2SO4. So 1 mole Na2SO4 will give 1 mole SO4 minus 2, right? 1 mole Na2SO4 will give 1 mole SO4. Like that, the concentration of Na2SO4 is equal to the concentration of SO4 minus 2. So in this formula now, KSP value will be given to you. KSP will be given to you. And solubility of this salt is suppose S. Solubility of salt is S. KSP will be given. This S value we have to calculate. Solubility we have to calculate. And SO4 minus 2 concentration should be taken from where? The concentration of Na2SO4. Suppose it is given 0.1 molar concentration of Na2SO4. 0.1 molar concentration of Na2SO4 means what is SO4 minus 2 concentration? 0.1. So 0.1 should be taken here. Then KSP value will be given to you. Then we can calculate S value. S value is equal to what now? KSP value by SO4 minus 2 coming from Na2SO4. In this way, we can calculate Ba plus 2 concentration, which is nothing but S. Nothing but S here. Okay. So it's about what now is the calculation of solubility from KSP and when common ion is present. So this ion concentration SO4 minus 2 concentration must be taken from the strong electrolyte. That point we have to understand. Next, in an ionic reaction, precipitation takes place only if ionic product is greater than solubility product. A solubility product means what? KSP, right, ma'am? Ionic product is what? KIP. KIP means what? Ionic product. KSP is what? Solubility product, right? So here ionic product should be greater than solubility product. Then precipitation will occur. If it is reverse, precipitation does not occur. The salt will be completely soluble. If it is reverse, if ionic product is greater than solubility product, the salt will not dissociate and precipitation will occur. And Henderson equation for acidic buffer. Acidic buffer what? pH is equal to pKa value plus log salt by acid concentrations. pH is equal to pKa value plus log salt by acid concentration. For bases what now? POH we take. For basic buffer we take POH is equal to, for basic buffer POH is equal to pKb value plus log salt by base concentrations. And then after getting POH of basic buffer, pH we can calculate. pH is equal to what now here? 14 minus POH. And next